afternoon and welcome to NTV News. I'm Siksha Sharma. Let's take a look into the headlines first. First session of newly elected House of Representatives scheduled for today. Top leaders representing the House to address the session. Illegal crusher industries operating in different districts being shut. Move comes following Home Ministry's decree. Brazil ex-president supporters raid Congress Supreme Court. U.S. lawmaker calls for Bolsonaro's extradition to Brazil. And Viratnagar Super Kings meeting Kathmandu Knights in the Nepal T20 League playoff. Winner meeting. Welcome back to NTV News. Taking a look into news in detail now. The first session of the newly elected House of Representatives HOR is beginning today. Separate meetings of the HOR and National Assembly would be held at 1 p.m. in the Federal Parliament House in New Baneshwar. This will be the 13th regular session of the National Assembly. In both the sessions of the House of Representatives and National Assembly, a letter received from the Office of the President on summon of the Federal Parliament session would be read out. Also, the letters from the Office of the President on the appointment of Prime Minister and formation of the Council of Ministers would be read out. Leaders of 12 political parties representing the House are scheduled to deliver their message in today's session. Senior-most MP Pashupati Samsherjang Badurana would inform the House about a proposal that Prime Minister Pushpa of Nepal, the Prime Minister-elect under the Article 76(2), needs to take the vote of confidence in the HOR within 30 days of the Prime Minister's election. Meanwhile, Mao Centre's parliamentary party meeting was held this morning prior to the meeting of House of Representatives, and the meeting comes ahead of its party chair and Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal facing the lawmakers for the vote of confidence in the parliament on Tuesday. The party has urged all parties representing in the parliament to garner support for Prime Minister Dahal. And let's take a look into other developments where Hikmat Karki, parliamentary party leader of the CPN-UML, has been appointed Chief Minister of Province 1. Province Chief Parsuram Khapung appointed Karki to the post of Chief Minister after he submitted claim for the post with the signatures of 60 MPs among the 93 members of the provincial list. In the Provincial Assembly, 40 UML, 13 Maoist, 6 RPP and 1 JSP MPs have supported Karki. Karki is to take the oath of office and secrecy today. And let's take a look into a short break here. More news follows up next. Stay with us. Welcome back to NTV News. Other developments in the home front, where the government has stepped up its efforts to rescue 19 Nepali workers who were held hostage in Malaysia in course of foreign employment. The Office of the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers took the initiative to know the situation and rescue the workers following media report that Nepali workers were being held hostage in Malaysia for the past 8 days. In this connection, Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal had directed the concerned agencies through Chief Secretary Shankar Das Bairagi to make all-out efforts to rescue the Nepali workers in a serious manner, informed Prime Minister's press coordinator Surya Kiran Sharma. Media reports had revealed that the agent had put the Nepali workers who reached Malaysia for employment on hostage at a hotel in a local city. The victim workers claimed that the company had misbehaved them in job against the agreement, where the Home Ministry on January 4 issued a circular to all the 77 district administration offices to shut illegal quarries. 15 crusher industries which were found operating illegally in Kapilvastu have been closed. Likewise, crusher industries in Gorkha, Kailali, Mokwanpur have also been ordered shut as they violated the standards for the operation of quarries. Also in Dhading, a total 171 industries, including the quarries, sand mines, have been shut down. As many as 21 illegally operated such industries have been shut following government's decree. Excessively cold weather in the past few days has affected daily life in the Tarai belt as well as in the high mountainous region. Dense fog, especially in the mornings, has made the weather severe of the region. Movement of people and other activities in the market has also drastically reduced with the dipping temperatures. The Weather Department forecast partly to generally cloudy in Gandaki Province, Lumbini Province, Karnali Province and Sudar Paschim Province, and mainly fair in rest of the country, while chances of light snowfall at one or two places of the central and western high mountainous region of Sudar Paschim, Karnali and Gandaki provinces have also been forecast. And let's take a look into a short break here. More news in the international front follows up next. Stay with us. Welcome back to NTV News. Towards the international update, where at least 40 people were killed and dozens in Kisal tweeted that the collision happened in the Naivi village in the Kaffrine region at about 3:30 a.m. He declared 3 days of mourning starting from Monday and said he will hold an interministerial council to discuss road safety measures. At least 78 people were injured, some of them seriously, public prosecutor there said. Towards Brazil were supporters of former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro, who refused to accept his election defeat, stormed the Congress, the Supreme Court and the presidential palace in the capital on Sunday, a week after the inauguration of his leftist rival, President Luiz Lula da Silva. Thousands of demonstrators bypassed security barricades, climbed on roofs, broke windows and invaded all three buildings, which are connected by the vast three-power square in Brasilia residency. Both Russia and Ukraine said on Sunday they had taken part in another prisoner swap, with 50 servicemen returning home on each side. The Russian Defense Ministry shared footage of what it said were swapped Russian prisoners getting on buses and being handed out items by the officials. The head of the Ukrainian presidential administration shared footage on his Telegram channel of what he said were swapped Ukrainian prisoners. They were seen sitting in a moving vehicle singing the country's national anthem as they were transported home. And let's take a look into other developments in the international front, where U.S. President Joe Biden walked a muddy stretch of the U.S.-Mexico border and inspected a busy port of entry on Sunday. On his first trip to the region after 2 years in office, odd numbers of migrants crossing into the country. At his first stop, the president observed as border officials in El Paso demonstrated how they search vehicles for drugs, money and other contraband. Next, he traveled to a dusty street with abandoned buildings and a small playground. Near the street was a metal border fence that separated the U.S. city from Ciudad Juarez. A quick look into the highlights of what's coming up next. China has released a small test satellite into orbit from its recently completed Tiangong space station. The satellite was released from a deployer on the Tianzhou 5 guys to the space station to support the 3 Shenzhou 15 mission astronauts, but also carried a number of key seeds. The small spacecraft, also known as the Macau Student Science Satellite 1, carries both optical camera and radio payloads. These will be available for amateur radio operators on the ground to use for two-way communications and to send instructions for taking images. Time now for sports update. The eliminator match of Nepal T20 Cricket League is being played today between Kathmandu Knights and Biratnagar Super Kings. The match is held at the TU Cricket Ground in Kirtipur. The winner of today's match will compete with the Janakpur Loyals, who were defeated in the first. Arina Sabalenka claimed her 11th career singles title with a 6-3, 7-6 victory over qualifier Linda Noskova in the Adelaide International 1 final on Sunday. It is world number 5, Sabalenka's first title since she took the crown at Madrid in May of 2021. Sabalenka went 0-3 in the final last year, but she picked up momentum at the end of 2022 with the late season qualification for the WTA finals in Fort Worth, culminating with a runner-up performance to Caroline Garcia at the year-ending showpiece. Towards Vietnam, where cool weather greeted runners on Sunday morning in Ho Chi Minh City for Southeast Asia's first major marathon of the year. More than 10,000 runners had a total prize of over 700 million Vietnamese dong, that is the US dollar 29,825. Tuan Le, a national elite runner representing Vietnam, won the men's marathon. He finished the 42-kilometer race in 2 hours 32 minutes and 40 seconds to claim the overall title. In the women's race, Southeast Asian Games bronze medalist Hoa Hong Nigong finished in a time of 3 hours and 5 minutes and 43 seconds to claim the title. Towards other development, where thousands of people braved the cold of the North Sea on Saturday as they took part in an annual New Year swim off the Belgian coast. More than 3,000 people celebrated the start of the new year with a dive into the chilly waters of a beach in the coastal city of Ostend. Braving cold waters has a celebration there, and we take a look into the headlines as we come to the end of the bulletin. First session of newly elected House of Representatives scheduled for today. Top leaders representing the House to address the meeting. Illegal crusher industries operating in different districts being shut. Move comes following Home Ministry's decree. Brazil ex-president supporters raid the Congress and Viratnagar Super Kings meeting Kathmandu Knights in the Nepal T20 League playoff. That's all for now. We'll be back with another news bulletin in Nepali at 1 o'clock, and our next English news will bring you right at 6 in the evening. Keep watching Nepal television. Have a great day. Namaste.